Blessed be, welcome to the channel. I normally read for Pisces, but tonight I want to do a collective reading. I've been having a lot of downloads today. I'm very hot. That's just my sign to come read, and Spirit is telling me that this is for a broader audience. So I'm going to go ahead, fuck around, find out what Spirit has for us tonight. As always, you are in charge of your life. Tarot should be confirmation for you for what you already know. Don't let it drive you crazy. What you decide to do is ultimately on you. Here's what Spirit has for us. A returning. Okay, so before I started recording, I was listening to, on repeat, Duran, Come Undone. The song came on earlier in the day, and then this evening I just been listening and singing it and just blasting it. And there's something in that song related to this card, a returning. I'm going to read the entry on this. Page 110. So 110 might have significance for you. Maybe you were born January 10th. Transmission. Self-sorcery is a return to your intuition, a return to your wisdom, a return to your magic, a return to your remembrance of you and your pelvic bowl as a cauldron and container to potentize and cultivate your feminine magic, a return to knowing with a G, knowing source as a magnetic force, knowing like gnosis. A return to holding your unique to you vibration and frequency without fear. A return to nourishing and nurturing yourself for no reason other than to let it feel really bloody good, which no matter how much we're told it's selfish and self-indulgent, is a magical practice that will create healing ripples through entire timelines and paradigms. I am returning to it all. Wow. This card is about not only a returning, but an unleashing. It's like first calling back all of your embodied power, not just power as an affirmation, power as a concept or mental construct, but actually feeling the power and living the power, like letting power, force, authenticity, creative expression, letting Shakti live through you. That's what this card is about. So there's the reclaiming all of that, and then the expression of it. And when it comes to returning to all of you, that means all of you. Even the parts you're ashamed of, embarrassed about, the parts that make you feel humiliated, resentful, those ugly thoughts, those ugly thoughts that we have about ourselves, about others, any part of you that is jealous, envious, all of that, taking all of that back for transmutation and to reclaiming your authentic expression. I loved how she put it. This deck is the Self-Sorcery deck. It's a new deck by Lisa Lister. I loved how she put it about the pelvic bowl, this source of creation where it all like comes from, like whether you are biologically a male or a female, we all have a pelvic bowl. I am taking this card since it fell out. What do we have here? Yes, freedom of expression. I was just saying that. And because it's embodied, there's a freedom that's happening with the body. I'm going to save this for the advice at the end. Let me go into a returning. So the person who is tuned in tonight, what are they reclaiming as part of the returning? Let me grab a tarot deck. All right, so what is the collective return bringing back to them? What's coming back? King of Wands, Six of Wands, and the Devil. What is returning? I love this. I love this. Look at this. I love this. This is reclaiming those ugly parts of yourself. The things that you feel you need to shove down and hide. There's like an ownership, because when you try to hide it, there's like a fear someone else is going to find it out. Or it's like that, and then that fear controls you. Or if you don't see it, you say you don't have it too. It's like you just project it out on everyone else, like, oh, that person is very aggressive and I'm not an aggressive person at all. But if you can't acknowledge your capacity to be aggressive, then that aggression is going to come out in very destructive ways. It can control you instead of you using it in a healthy way, in a safe way, in a productive way. It's the difference between like blind rage and vitriol. Blind rage, you can destroy your life and destroy someone else's life. Vitriol comes from a place of connectivity with your higher vision in the moment, and with your principles, and with your character. But that fire that moves through you with vitriol or blind rage has consumed the person. Vitriol powers the person. Okay, so the returning, well, look, so we have wands here. It is fire. You're returning, you're pulling back your fire. For some of you, it could be your passion. Maybe you gave up on a passion project you were working on, or a hobby you were developing, or maybe there's like a business that you kind of, give effort to, but not really. There might be a reignition of your interest, drive, passion, or creative expression to get this thing launched off the ground. And it's going to affect your self-esteem, feeling better about yourself when you bring back this passion. It could be for some people, so I think of the wands as like a tree. It's rooted, it's grounded, it's earth. So you could be returning like to your body, taking better care of your body, doing body practices. I don't even know what that means, like yoga, ecstatic dancing, something like that is going to be cathartic and also magnetize or energize your temple, your body. Could be something like that. It could also be something about like direction and focus. Maybe you have been diverted recently, and so you're getting back on track. Like something over here was just taking your attention, or it was very demanding, like whether it was taking your attention as a distraction or it was taking your attention because this was something necessary that you had to handle. It doesn't matter. It's like all of that attention that you were putting here, you can now bring back to yourself. And when you bring that back to yourself, your capacity to experience freedom increases. Another interesting thing about freedom and the devil is that I'm thinking about like discipline. That discipline is what leads to freedom. So here we see the Adam and Eve here on the devil card. We think they're not free, right? Because they're chained, but that's not true. They can be 100% absolutely free here. Look, they're being inspired and lit up too. You see his wand, his torch lighting up the tail. But freedom and creativity, I'm speaking as a professional writer, an artist. Creativity can thrive when you have the right container for it. It's as if you have been given just the right assignment that makes, like assignment from like, let's say your art teacher. Let's say it's you're working with watercolor. And the parameters of the assignment really get you thinking differently about color, about texture, about whatever. I don't know enough about watercolor to go on with that. But that container is what sparks the creativity, because it's like when you're looking at a vast empty room, I mean, huge. It's not even a room. There aren't even walls there. You're just looking out into a never-ending black plane. You're looking at dark matter in the universe. If you can, imagine looking out into the universe, but there's no light whatsoever. It's just a black abyss. It's a dark abyss. Where would you even begin? Creativity comes from other building blocks, other things in existence that you use to look at new and to reform into a new form. But there has to be a form there. That's what I'm saying. I hope this is getting across, like that container. That's where the form's coming in. Wow, that just went like, whoa. And my eyes. There's something with my eyes right now. This might mean something to somebody listening here. My eyes are kind of pulsating, like it's kind of like going like almost like this, like forward out of my head and like back in towards my brain. They're kind of like pulsing, like my eyeballs are like starting to bulge. I don't know if that means something to someone there, but there it goes. Kind of cartoony, like when it's like brr, brr. Also something here about sexual energy and sensual energy, about that's what's returning. Something there about that. Okay, so that is what is returning. What will the person who's tuned in be able to do once they get all of this? I don't want to go here. Once they, quote, get this back, so to speak. Okay. What happens when they get all these pieces back? They get their power back, they get their creativity back, they get their time back, their energy back, whatever's coming back. Besides, like, the victory. Tell me more about the victory. What can I see at this time about the victory that will be experienced? Okay. 8 of Bowls, but in reverse. And it went over the Devil. The victory is no more wasted. I want to say wasted energy. One moment. I need to look something up real quick. It's like that's not quite right. Okay, so like the attention the attention and power you're bringing back, it has to do with delight. Like delight, pleasure, enjoying your life, seeing the miracle of yourself, seeing yourself in a new light, because this thing that comes back gets integrated. You reigniting your fire for this thing or this, dark trait quality that you are so sure you don't have, but I bet you have it, at least in some capacity. It revitalizes your wonder, your sense of wonder and awe and even reverence for life. Yeah, it's reverence. You gain a new sense of reverence for the miracle of life itself and for God and for creation and the creatrix. Wow. Whoa, that's so special. That is really special. Okay. All right, what does the people who are tuned in, like how can they go about retrieving this? Advice to retrieve it. It's twofold. Some of you need to simply turn. So like literally, like right now, like if you possibly can, like just turn your head the other direction and something you see is going to it's going to zap your intuition. It's going to zap you. That's for like a very, very few of you, but it is going to be for some of you. Some of you need to let yourself be bored, and this will return. You need to be bored. Get off your phone. Detox from your phone for a day, from your computer, from screens. Just, I don't know how old you were, but in my generation, I would go lay outside and just look at the clouds. That's what I did. I would just look at the sky, look at the clouds. And I'm talking for hours, and my imagination would just go wild. Because I'm not doing anything. I'm breathing and observing, I'm observing my environment, not my phone, but the larger environment I'm in. I'm observing how I'm feeling, and I am a witness to the breath moving in and out of my body. And I don't see this as advice to like go meditate in a traditional sense. It's really be bored. Just fucking be bored. Let yourself be bored, and you're going to receive this gift. This is the gift. This gift is going to come back. And when you integrate it and take it within yourself completely, oh man, a beautiful victory, renewed freedom is upon you. Wow. Can I get something else, Spirit, about the King of Wands? How is the King of Wands involved with this returning? It's a place you've been before, because you can only return to where you've been, right? Okay, the Emperor. King of Wands and Emperor. Yeah, you take command over your life. You will command your life again when you have all of you back. Please, this is a very important call from Spirit to accept this ugliness, accept or be forceful in taking your attention back, your energy back, your money back. Do it with intent. Be bored with intent. Give it your all. When you go, if you decide to like just walk through the woods as like this be bored thing, just give it your all. Give it your all at being, lazy. Give it your all at doing nothing. Give it your all of staying off screens, electronics. Just give it your all. Be totally present. It's going to come. Wow. That's the message. I'll just grab one more piece of juice to add on top of this. Yeah. One more piece of juice. Final message or advice for the collective. It's this one. Rotation. What did I say? Look, first of all, they both got the colors here, this rainbow here. And I said, turn your head. You know what? I said it would be like a few of you, but it might be more than a few of you. Please look in the other direction. If you can, if it's safe. If you're driving, please don't. But if it's safe, look in the other direction. Shut your eyes. Take a nice, relaxing breath, maybe a couple. And when you're ready, just look again. Ask Spirit, ask your guides to show you what you need to see. It's right there. Look how close she is. She's almost touching it. It's right there. This has reminded me, before I started reading, I lit Palo Santo to smudge the room. And I use that word. I don't know what other people use, but on Palo Santo, when you get the flame going, the flame dances on top of the wood. If you look close enough, you'll see this gap, just the smallest gap between the surface of the wood, the surface of the wood, and the beginning of the fire. There's a gap there. It's it's if you can make that gap, bring that gap into your consciousness, you're going to see the flame you're missing. Oh my God, I don't know what the fuck that means, what I just said, but that's what I'm getting. Let me also read the entry on rotation and the spider. The spider is a symbol often associated with the dark goddess, with Inanna, I believe with Lilith. The spider. The tarantula sheds its skin as well, similar to a snake. There's when you bring this, okay, so when you bring this thing back, there's something about shedding the old you. It's a transformation. It really is a transformation that's going to occur when you integrate or reclaim whatever the devil is representing here. Let me get the book. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this message has been helpful. I am on fire. You know what's really on fire right now are my deltoids. Wow. And I'm literally sweating. I'm sweating. And like low key, I don't even have a shirt on. Right? I have sleeves on, but I don't have a shirt on because I was so hot, and I'm just getting hotter as I look for this page. Ooh, this is going to be juicy. Oh, LX. I can't even. LX1X. My brain can't work. Why am I not seeing this? Is this like the last one? Oh, it's not. Here we go. Haha. It's close to the end, but it's not the end. I'm going to read this. Rotation. The wheel, monotony, cycles. Rotatio is the great alchemical operation of the wheel. Through its circular, oh my God, circular with an ITY. I don't know why I can't say it right now. It indicates that work performed again and again and again produces results. That's about being bored. It's just about putting the reps in. It's putting the reps in. When you put the reps in, you get bored until you get bored, but then you're just like, you're ready, right? You know that saying, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let me keep going. Where was I? Work performed again and again and again produces results. It reminds us our efforts are cumulative, not singular, nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Tell me about it. If you're any kind of artist, you know it's just never done, right? For me, I have to get to the point where it's good enough, and I have to let it go, or I'll look at it forever. And that's even with I write professionally at my 9 to 5, and then I write like for pleasure too. And even with my work stuff where I'm not emotionally invested in it, I do have to get to the point where I tell myself that's good enough, submit it, it's good enough. Okay, I keep interrupting this. It reminds us our efforts are cumulative, not singular, nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Rather, the alchemist rises each day to tend to the laboratory, to weave their work into the world. It is the epitome of the alchemical axiom. I can't say this. But it translates to, although changed, I arise the same. This operation is expressed through images of the circle, the spiral, the Ouroboros, and the wheel. By its hierarchy shape. Why can't I talk today? We are tossed back into the spin. Ooh, that's nice. Just when we thought we had figured it all out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it is at the heart of all spiritual practices. Go deeper. Listen to George Harrison's All Things Must Pass. To ponder, is there anything that does not repeat? Wow. Oh, wow. And I was listening to Duran, Come Undone on repeat. And with each listen, I was just getting like deeper and deeper and deeper. And then I was ready to deliver this message. And that's what you're being called to do. To quote, be bored, or to just look over. Look around you. It's right there in front of you. I swear. Look around you. You have the key right in front of you to unlock your next most authentic self, to free yourself, to return back home within your soul. That is the message. I hope you have found it helpful. I hope that whatever it is that's returning appears right before your inward eye. Blessed be, and I love you.